Prakash, Assistant Professor in Department of General Medicine from Sree Balaji Medical College and Hospital. Today I am going to speak about chronic renal failure or chronic kidney disease, which is CKD. By definition, CKD refers to a spectrum of long-standing renal disorders lasting more than or equal to 3 months. CKD is characterized by irreversible loss of kidney function and also progressive decline in GFR, which is glomerular filtration rate. This CKD often lead to uremia. CKD is diagnosed when one or more of the following persist for more than or equal to 3 months. One is GFR less than 60 ml per minute and evidence of kidney damages with or without GFR reduction, such as microalbuminuria, where albumin in urine is between 30 and 300 mg per day, macroalbuminuria, where albumin is more than or equal to 300 mg per day. Pathological findings like glomerulosclerosis or fibrosis on biopsy, radiological abnormalities like renal scarring or shrunken kidneys and polycystic kidneys. Classification of CKD. CKD is classified by GFR staging and albuminuria staging according to KDIGO guideline. In GFR staging, there are 6 stages, G1 to G5, where G3 is subdivided into G3A and G3B based on GFR levels. In G1, GFR is more than or equal to 90 ml per minute. G2, GFR is 60 to 89 ml per minute. G3A, GFR is between 45 and 59 ml per minute. In G3B, GFR is between 30 and 44 ml per minute. G4, it is 15 to 29 ml per minute. In G5, it is generally end-stage renal disease where GFR is less than 15 ml per minute, where dialysis or transplant is warranted. Albuminuria classification. Based on albuminuria, CKD is classified into A1, A2 and A3. A1 is a stage where ACR is less than 3 milligram per millimole. A2 is when ACR is between 3 and 30 milligram per millimole. A3 is severe CKD where ACR is more than 30 milligram per millimole. Etiology of CKD. Causes of CKD is generally classified based on compartment where the disease occurs. The general compartments are glomerulus, tubulointerstitium, vascular and postrenal causes. In glomerular diseases, the main diseases are IgA nephropathy, focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, which is FSGS, MPGN, SLE, diabetes, pan-polyarteritis nodosa, amyloidosis, hepatitis B virus and C virus infections. Coming to tubulointerstitial causes, chronic interstitial nephritis, chronic pyelonephritis and analgesic nephropathy. Systemic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, gout can also cause CKD. Vascular causes are renovascular diseases like renal artery stenosis, scleroderma, malignant hypertension can cause CKD. Congenital causes like polycystic kidney disease, medullary cystic disease, Alport syndrome can lead to CKD. The risk factors of CKD are diabetes mellitus, systemic hypertension, family history of renal failure, increasing age, obesity, smoking and any other cardiovascular disease. Pathology of CKD. CKD results in progressive loss of nephron, which causes accumulation of uremic toxins in blood, that is nitrogenous wastes, disturbances in electrolyte and acid-base balance, endocrine dysfunction in the form of reduced erythropoietin production and reduced activation of vitamin D, which leads to CKD bone mineral disorder. Pathophysiology of CKD bone mineral disorder. This occurs mainly due to 2 pathways. One is increased serum parathyroid hormone in case of CKD, other is increased fibroblast growth factor pathway activation. Clinical features. In early stages, patients are often asymptomatic. Symptoms appear only when urea is more than 40 millimole per liter. Symptoms can be classified into general symptoms and systemic symptoms. General symptoms are fatigue, weakness, nocturia, polyuria, skin, pruritus, nausea, vomiting, anorexia can occur. Hypertension, edema, muscle cramps can occur in CKD. Coming to systemic symptoms. In central nervous system, patients may get encephalopathy, which is altered sensorium, seizures or convulsions, neuropathy. In cardiovascular system, urinary pericarditis can occur, and also in case of myocarditis, patient may have congestive heart failure. In gastrointestinal system, uremic gastritis will occur. In skin, pruritus and rashes may appear. In endocrine system, amenorrhea, loss of libido and infertility can occur. In respiratory system, pleural effusion will occur. In hematology, anemia or uremic coagulopathy can occur. Coming to investigations of CKD, the main objectives of investigations are to identify the cause of CKD and reversible factors of CKD, to assess the complications like anemia and bone mineral diseases, evaluate the severity and progression of CKD. The essential tests in CKD are urine analysis, where we can see proteinuria, hematuria and urinary casts. Serum biochemistry to rule out increased urea or increased creatinine or reduced calcium levels or increased phosphate levels, and C for potassium levels and uric acid levels. 24-hour creatinine clearance is used to measure the renal function. Additional investigations are to rule out complications like anemia. In case of anemia, it is most likely to be normocytic normochromic anemia, where this occurs due to reduced erythropoietin production. ESR can be tested in case of suspicion of myeloma, where ESR will be elevated. In peripheral smears, burr cells may be seen in microangiopathy. Immunological tests like ANA, ASO, complement levels are seen to rule out glomerular diseases like SLE and PSGN. Imaging like ultrasound is used to find out small or shrunken kidneys in case of CKD, except in diabetes and amyloidosis. MRI abdomen is done for renovascular disease or polycystic kidney assessment. Treatment. The main aim of management is to establish the diagnosis of CKD and cause of CKD, to prevent or slow down the progression, which is secondary prevention in CKD, and to manage the complications, which is tertiary prevention, and to prepare the patient for renal replacement therapy if needed in case of end-stage renal disease. To slow down the progression of CKD, the main aim is to control the BP and sugars. The target BP is less than 130/80 mmHg. Target HbA1c is between 7 to 7.5%. The use of ACE inhibitors or ARBs in case of proteinuria is present. To manage complications like CKD bone mineral disorders, phosphate binders like calcium acetate and sevelamer can be used. Vitamin D analogs like calcitriol is used. Calcium mimetics like cinacalcet is used. For fluid balance, fluid restriction should be given in case of volume overload CKD. Hyperkalemia should be appropriately treated with insulin and calcium gluconate. For anemia, recombinant erythropoietin levels should be given to correct. For anemia, recombinant erythropoietin should be given. Iron deficiency should also be corrected time and now. Renal replacement therapy is definitive treatment in CKD. It is done by two methods. One is renal transplantation, which is a definitive treatment. Other is dialysis, which is for short term. Dialysis can be of two types: hemodialysis and peritoneal dialysis. Hemodialysis is the most common dialysis we used in hospital setting. Peritoneal dialysis is a home-based option. Prevention strategies are early screening in diabetes and hypertension. Avoid nephrotoxic drugs like NSAIDs, contrast agents. Maintain hydration during illness and surgery. Type BP and glycemic control. This brings me to end of today's session. If you have any doubt, please comment below. Thank you.